in mind for next year. Anyway, I'm Frankie, this is Scotty, and this will be our third year hosting the Fairy Tale panel. Some of you may have heard us say before. If you were here the previous 2 years, I was the one cosplaying Gajeel, he was the one cosplaying Natsu, and...
Why didn't you bring it?
Yeah, why are you wearing them?
Well, I'm going to let you know a quick little thing. I got Natsu a few years back. I'm a grown boy. A lot of space is needed to wear something now.
What about him? What about you, Frankie? Why didn't you bring yours?
Magneto.
The reason I didn't bring mine is if anybody knows Gajeel well, they know that he's a very metallic person. He's got studs all over his face, all over his boots, all over his gloves, all over his arms. And I realized about a week ago that I have lost about half of them over the last 5 years I've been cosplaying him. So regrettably, this is the first year I have to host this panel without actually being in a Fairy Tale cosplay. It's sad.
Aww.
But I think we can make it up by talking about some awesomeness that has to do with Fairy Tale.
You want to borrow the sword?
Thank you. Do I want to borrow the sword? Sure.
I can give you a card.
Yeah, here, let's hand him some props. That'll make it better.
I like props.
That'll make it all the better. Here, you got some Fairy Tale props to make up for it.
Why, thank you.
You might want to flip them over.
Yeah,
They're only one-sided, sorry.
Isn't that a little biased to have a one-sided? No, I'm thinking of a coin. It's biased to have a one-sided coin. I like this. This is like in Kingdom Hearts. I feel like I'm about to unlock a room into Fairy Tale.
Okay.
Why
Why didn't you bring Happy?
First of all, the Giovanni in the back can stop reminding us of stuff we're not doing this year. You're lucky that we know you. Well, actually, you're not lucky that we know you, but that's a different point.
Go to your room.
I give him a
Alright, so who thinks Fairy Tale is pretty much one of the coolest things ever, am I right?
It's up there.
That was pretty sad, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, there
Sure,
we go.
I've only seen one episode.
So. Alright, I always do this every year. First, raise your hand if you follow the manga. Manga mostly. Alright, now raise your hand if you follow the anime mostly. Okay, well, just so you anime fans know, the anime is not over. They did the same thing in the manga where they ended it on a to be continued, except the creator only took a 2-week break and then he just went back to doing it. Difference is Japan is going to have to rerun about 3 years worth of anime before the anime continues. So it's going to be on a very long break, but it'll hopefully be a good thing. Funimation Entertainment is still dubbing the season 2 right now.
They're not doing the whole thing again, are they?
In Japan?
Yeah.
They're rerunning it all from episode 1 right now.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to take some time before we get to anime. Unless they end the rerun early, which would be awesome.
Weren't they calling it like the best of Fairy Tale or something?
Yeah, it's like Fairy Tale Best or Fairy Tale Plus.
I was hoping they were just going to skip all
the filler, that would be nice. But at least Fairy Tale doesn't have as much filler as some other anime does, like Bleach and Naruto and One Piece and any main series shonen that's been going on for so long. But like I was saying, Funimation Entertainment's still dubbing season 2 right now. I'm personal friends with John Swayze, who's the man who plays Hades in the Funimation dub, and he already finished his part. He finished all the voice acting he needed for Hades back in November.
How many episodes?
That's only a couple episodes though.
Hades?
Well, it was a fair amount though, from what I remember.
Yeah, he was the villain of the entire.
I know that.
Yeah, Funimation's seasons vary depending on their mood set, to be perfectly honest. For example, One Piece Season 1 was 53 episodes long. One Piece Season 2 was 107 episodes long. So it really depends on how many episodes they get in the licensing. Or you could compare it to other series like The Gray Man, where they got it, they dubbed Seasons 1 and 2, which I believe were the first 40 to 50 episodes, and they still have 40 to 50 episodes left to go since 2008. I don't think the D. Grant Man fans are going to get any more love in that respect. We need to stop talking about other series, darn it. Okay, so Fairy Tale. Yeah, basically, one thing I've enjoyed about hosting the Fairy Tale panel for so many years is that this is the one panel where I don't have to make videos, PowerPoints, and other stuff to really explain to people what Fairy Tale is and what it tries to do, because anybody who gets into Fairy Tale, even if you're still just getting into it and you kind of like it, or you've been in it for as long as some of the rest of us have, where you've got to watch Lucy and Natsu meet each other, and you started right from that point, it always captivates your heart. Every arc in Fairy Tale, the creator always puts his heart and soul into bringing those tear-jerking moments and those hilarious moments that just don't make sense sometimes, like when it showed what it would look like if Elfman and Mira Jane had a baby together. Or not Mira Jane, Evergreen. Yeah.
Fanfiction.
Yeah.
That either way, it's already pretty messed up canon couple.
We're going to the 18 plus part of this panel.
So if Elfman and Mira Jane had a child, would that be Lysana?
Done.
I'm going to hold this. It makes me feel powerful.
Her?
Yes. Anyway, but yeah, Fairy Tail always has those great moments that just make it one of the best series that you can get into. I still am in love with this series a lot. I still follow every new chapter as it comes out because I just can't wait to see what's going on. Because Fairy Tail, it always does that to you. It always has that feeling of what's going to happen next, where are they possibly going to go, and the artist does such a great job of making it seem like the characters are going to lose all the fights they're in, but you know it's anime, and you know that they're all going to win the fights they're in, so it's really fun to just see how they do it and pull it off. Yeah, and Natsu's infamous Nakama Punch.
All the hacks.
Do you want to explain what the Nakama Punch is? It's a funny story.
Deus Ex Machina, you get it every time you want to beat the villain.
Yes. Every time your friends drive you to defeat the villain who's more powerful than you, you simply have to remember they're your friends and punch them in the face, and that seems to be the trick. Every single. And I think some of the ladies in our audience might appreciate that Fairy Tail is one of the few shonens out there that have canon pairings, which is actually pretty nice because other series leave a lot of it to question, but everybody knows that Levi is completely in love with Gajeel. If you don't know that Juvia is in love with Gray, you're watching the wrong. Either that or
save for Leon against Juvia.
Yeah, same on that one. If you don't figure out that the three men who work for Ichiya are in love with every girl that they run into, or that Ichiya is in love with Urza, I ship that, by the way.
Please don't.
My honey.
Please don't.
And the fact Loki obsesses with Lucy all the time, every time he's called.
You know, that's really the only area that people will argue about too, is whether or not Lucy should be with Natsu or Lucy should be with Loki. And honestly, I think
Why not both?
Why not both? We don't share. Natsu gets all the women.
Last I checked, from the first few episodes, you had plenty of girls crawling over you.
I don't know. I've always supported Natsu and Lysana together personally because I don't know. I think it was really adorable watching them all play house when they were kids. And they had the whole "I'm the mommy, you're the daddy, this is gonna be our baby," and then Happy was born out of the egg. Like I thought that was way too adorable. And Lucy and Loki, they give each other some looks. I mean, have you ever just taken a look at them staring into each other like, "In your eyes, I am not a key. I am but an extension of you."
It's kind of like in Edelaz how Loki was called out insulting Lucy. It was like, no sleep moment.
Don't forget about Urza and Mistogun. That was
Sure. Well, no, that's Erza like, they're like this. I do not. That one episode, I was so. It's like, there.
Isn't everybody Joel?
That's actually the reoccurring theme in Fairy Tail. Every mysterious character is Joel. I still call him Gerard personally. So if I slip up once or twice, forgive me for that. Hi.
Well, thanks for joining us.
You want to tell us who your favorite Fairy Tail character is? I like hearing this every year.
It always kind of swaps around.
Yeah.
For me.
Of course it does, Josh.
You need to calm down.
I was hoping he'd give us his Wendy reply.
Yeah.
Wendy is still really awesome. It's just Wendy hasn't had any time.
I'm kinda.
She's just kind of
Okay,
been there.
I
She's
don't
like in
watch
these
it.
last forever. She hasn't done much.
Except for when
Why
she
are you
fought
gonna know
this
me?
Sky God Slayer.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Well, I didn't know because I don't know what anime you're from.
God, that battle was sexy.
Josh, come back here.
It's on me.
Like I said,
He's the only one
Josh,
with the
this panel
invisible mark.
begins, but this guy wants to go
Erza.
That
He's the only one with the mark kit
Don't worry.
suit.
Josh,
Yes.
come here.
Why?
Because we're back here.
He wants to snuggle.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should go back there to Giovanni. He'll take all your Pokemon if not. Thank you for joining us back there. We haven't really been doing anything particularly interesting. We're just talking about Fairy Tail. Wait, that's always interesting.
That is.
Lol.
But just because this is kind of based off of previous Fairy Tale panel turnouts, this is kind of a smaller crowd than we're usually used to. We can have some fun interactions with this one, so does anybody want to tell us some of their favorite characters and why? By hand first, please, because they can get crazy if we all start talking at once.
Not everybody at once. I mean, geez, come on.
Giovanni, who's your favorite character?
Great.
3 seconds of Lisa Gray.
It's gonna take me a second.
I know, because Fairy Tale has so many great characters, am I right?
You're gonna feel
More like it has so many characters.
More.
Period.
So many characters, sir. Do you read One Piece?
As a matter of fact,
Do you even peace?
Over 160 characters and counting.
well,
Oh god.
I don't remember a lot of those characters.
That's what I meant to say. Say that again?
I don't remember a lot of the One Piece characters because, like, the more Fairy Tale characters are like more reoccurring than a lot of One Piece
And
characters.
isn't that nice? I think, okay, how many of you are actually in the Grand Magic Games arc, the current arc of Fairy Tale? Anything? Okay, a few people. I absolutely
don't have the
love
mark on my
that
arm.
just about every group of characters we ever wanted all came back during that arc, because
Well,
that's how it always should be. Everybody should all be concentrated in one place at once, because it's just so funny. I don't know. I love Blue Pegasus. I love Ichiya. I think him. and
Ichiya or Nichia?
I like both of them.
Really?
Let's make my girlfriend. I am busy.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold this man. He gave up girlfriend for anime. I think it's a round of applause.
She'll be here.
Kill us if she was in here hearing this right now. Maybe she's actually wondering where the Fairy Tale panel is.
No, she just wants to call for 2 hours.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any? All right, I'll expand it from favorite characters. Does anybody have any favorite moments they want to talk about? Oh,
Like, that's
impossible.
Here we go.
Well, I didn't see too many. There were too many hands for like caught up in the manga. Can I give a slight spoiler? And,
Which
well,
arc?
it was your last battle.
All
Like-
right, I'll allow this.
Okay.
Whenever he was just surrounded by this darkness, Gazeel comes up. If the salamander could do it, so could I. Fucking just eats the shadows and goes all out. That was such a cool battle.
All of a sudden, Gajeel became Vegeta.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's been following his footsteps since
Alright.
good old
She has her
family.
hand up.
The hair.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Actually, when Kana obliterated the thing and everyone thought she was going to get such a crappy score.
Just borrowed.
Actually, I have
Fairy
to
glitter!
agree, because in Tenro Island, when she got fairy glitter, that was the biggest tease ever. Because she goes fairy glitter, and then she just falls down, and we didn't get to see what it did.
I also like when she revealed to Gildarts the whole little family secret, and he's all like, hug! And she's like, no.
How'd you like the chapter all about Gildarts that contained no dialogue whatsoever?
I love that
That
chapter.
was a fantastic
I don't
chapter.
remember that.
Was that recent?
That was...
It was like a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago now.
A while
Actually,
ago.
they may not have animated it. Sadly.
Yeah.
It wasn't that important of a chapter. It was literally, you see what Gildarts is doing, which, spoiler alert, he's just walking around like he always does. And he saves a village from like a dungeon monster. But they do the whole chapter without dialogue, so you just get to see all of his goofy faces and stuff. Like, he sees a pretty girl, and he's like... And then he's like... And every chapter, he's like...
You mean
And then he
Paige?
goes and beats the monster. And then, huh?
Well, I have a favorite moment now.
Okay, what's your favorite moment?
Combined Triple Dragon's roar.
Yes.
Oh.
The
Steel,
Dragon
fire,
Slayers are
wind.
definitely one of the coolest reoccurring themes in all of Fairy Tale, in my opinion. I don't know, I'm
We
biased.
just need to add
because
Laxus and then it's
Gazeel's
even
always
cooler.
been my favorite character.
He ain't real.
Which is why I actually have to comment on what you said. When he absorbed the shadows, he either became equal to or surpassed Natsu by far. Because when Natsu
Last I
did-
checked, Natsu beat both the two Sting and Rouge.
all by himself.
Without even doing the lightning flame mode
Without
he can
even using
do.
his full
So
power, right?
technically, Natsu's still
I'm
stronger in
only
my
using
opinion.
40% of my actual
Or
power.
even like the God Flames he forgets he has all the time.
No.
Yeah, he didn't even do that. He just was like,
Let's review.
Bye.
Natsu ate the Etherion in the Tower of Paradise. He ate Gerard's golden flame during Horatian Sius. And then, I'm not going to spoil it, but yes, at one point he does eat another element that is not his own element and gets a whole new form. it took him 3 tries to finally get a permanent power-up. But it was nice that he actually kept that one.
And then there was the time when he ate the crystal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Tower of Paradise
He
thing.
eats
Tower of Heaven. The whole one where you find out Joel's like this crazy psycho.
He did eat the god
I've seen that
thing
6 times.
It's like I said, the
That made me hate.
the final one that he got on the island, that's the first time he's ever kept a permanent power-up. And that's just nice. And
Because
that's
you
why,
didn't get hit by a Goomba.
And that's why I think that's why I think his power-up is really amazing.
Well, considering what he does
because,
randomly add
like he
in
said,
the manga, you'd be
when he
surprised.
said that was his favorite moment. I mean, Natsu's is pretty much pure power because he's combining 2 different elements. Gazeel was already really strong, and now he can become, like, intangible and shadowy and go everywhere. There's not a whole lot Natsu can do.
But put him on a minecart, and oh my god.
Yeah, just push Gaja on the minecart, and there you go, Natsu wins.
Hey, you do the same thing with him, though. They both have the...
Well, you do that to any one of them, and they're all just gonna end up flying over the edge.
But you know, Natsu does have the ability to borrow tomorrow's energy to power him today.
Well... Or just give him an ember and he'll all of a sudden be perky all of a sudden.
I don't know. I found it personally hilarious that Jalal just so happened to have a golden flame that would unlock Dragon Force for Natsu, even though he had amnesia, and I have no idea how he could remember that he had a golden flame specifically for Natsu, because he got amnesia right after.
Well, he also remembered that destruction circle spell.
And didn't for like the whole episode he could barely walk because he was too weak or something like that?
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah, Arizona's kind of the one stuck with the burden.
Or for those of you who have read or watched the Tenro Island arc, when they discovered that Hades, who was pretty much the most powerful character ever shown in Fairy Tail prior to Zeref, appeared, and they found an external source of energy that was apparently his heart, and that was his weakness.
That was the cat. Panther, Lily, Charlotte, and Happy found it. No one else did. All the humans were stuck fighting him while the cats were just milling around in his heart.
Which I really do sometimes. Sometimes you have to question
Sometimes
where
they don't
golden
move.
flames
Who
and
needs
hearts
logic?
come from.
Fairy
Yeah, exactly. Fairy tale logic is logic. I mean, the Sagittarius spirit is a man wearing a horse suit.
That upset me.
Taurus is an over-muscular cow wearing a Speedo.
Apparently, a wooden clock can survive searing lava, as we found out in some of the more recent chapters with Cola Glue.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm amazed Loki didn't come and randomly save her.
He was already there,
for a
I
long
think.
time.
Yeah, the last time he did that, I remember was when the Thunder Palace
It's been a
against
while.
Bixla or something.
It's the next pair of Dragon Slayers I'm waiting for. They still haven't done Earth or Water.
Yeah, this is true.
And
for those of you who
They did
don't
poison.
know,
That was one that was way out there.
For those of you who don't know, most of the Dragon Slayers are actually based off of, I believe it's a Chinese mythology of 8 different elemental dragons who essentially maintained
And you find out that
balance
there's
in the
2
world.
electric dragons.
And there was the lightning one. There was the
Fire.
the fire one, of course. There was an earth one. And some people try to argue that Gajeel and his dragon are supposed to represent the Earth one because iron in and of itself is, an earthly element. But that's more so debatable. But it's like you said, they haven't revealed a water dragon slayer yet. They did poison, which doesn't go.
Cobra was a little out there.
He was also fake, so he doesn't.
Well, so is
I don't
Laxus.
think
Laxus is
the
fake.
That means
Yeah,
that there
we
could
like
be...
him.
I love
For a while
Laxus.
you hated his guts, and then he
What's
comes
up
back,
over
he's like,
here?
I'd have to say one of
I
my
love Laxus. I've
favorite
only
moments,
seen
at
one
least of the
episode
recent
and I
ones,
love
was
Laxus.
when Laxus took on the entire Raven Tail. They tried to kick his ass.
Ah!
He's like, I don't know.
What
What are you
was-
bothering me for?
What was great about that to me was not only Laxus being a complete, I don't think there's children in here, badass, and just completely destroying their entire guild, but what was even better was when his dad was like on the ground and about to cry and stuff because he just got destroyed. What can you do? And he just goes, "Just so you know, Gramps never seen you as a threat." And he's just like, "What?" And they do all the flashbacks showing that even though he was having Gajeel keep an eye on him, he's like, he's no trouble. He's no trouble. He goes, even now, I'm pretty sure Gramps still has feelings for you as his son. And you're just like, aw, Makarov still loves his kid even though he's evil.
Doll for the bad guy. It's Kind of like Michelle, whenever she was there. How she was all nice and turned bad, and then turned good. I really hated that one part. It's like, oh, you turned her evil, I hate you. And it's all of a sudden...
Well, if you didn't see that coming...
Okay, I didn't see it coming. Shush.
Surprise plot revelations. I'm sorry, I got 2 hours sleep last night.
I really wasn't expecting the doll part.
I was thinking
that was weird.
another one of my favorite moments is specifically the Rave Master Fairy Tail crossover manga chapter.
Yes. I don't know how many of you know this, so I'll just say this as a disclaimer. Hiro Mishima's very first series was an amazing series called Rave, known in America as Rave Master, and it went on for 1,000,000 volumes, but no, it was closer to 30. And Fairy Tail is what he did after that. And a while ago in the manga, they had a crossover chapter where the Rave Master characters met the Fairy Tail characters. It was hilarious. I'd recommend it. Just go on Google sometime and type in Fairy Tail
I kind of want to see that now.
and you can just read it. It's a lot of fun. I seen someone in the back had their hand up. So.
Let's see.
That explains Blue. That answered my question. Acnologia.
I won't try it.
Because I knew that.
That was probably my favorite part of the whole series. When, like, they come back, because from that other guild, like, I think Ogre Guild or something,
Ogre
they
Blood?
were money from him, and then Nacho just busts down the door and tilts his head with that smile. And that was probably the most amazing part of the series to me.
And you know why that moment was also so amazing is it reminded everybody that Fairy Tail is the most powerful guild. I mean, even if the core members left and they start disrespecting them, when Fairy Tail comes back, well, they specialize in property damage. That's their slogan.
Let's see. Let's just refer to the Lullaby arc. They blew up the entire town.
And like one chapter after the one that you're mentioning, they even said, they're like, wait, we can't take our guild hall back. We don't have enough money to buy it. And Makarov's just like, yeah, we'll just go in here anyway. Like, but Master, this isn't ours anymore. They foreclosed on it. And he goes, this is our guild as far as I'm concerned. And they just walk in and just take back their house.
It's like,
what?
I mean,
nope.
How great would it be if we lived in a society where the bank forecloses on your home and you could just punch through the door and just go, this is Fairy Tail!
I also liked it when he was holding back Acnologia, and he said, I'm not letting you get past me because my brats are behind me. That was a very emotional scene.
Makarov and Whitebeard are the daddies and granddaddies of all of anime as far as I'm concerned. When Makarov sacrificed himself for his kids like that, you cry a man's tear. And then you cry 2 more whenever all of Fairy Tail just turns around and comes back to help him out anyway.
Fairy Law.
Try not to cry.
No, they didn't use Fairy Law. They used Fairy Spirit.
Almost every arc, he's like either dying or about to die, and then he spontaneously recovers at the end. It's like, okay, you're
Tenro Island is a
that.
good one for Mako.
I think Mishima really likes him, honestly. I think the reason he keeps escaping death is because you feel like Makarov is always so close to dying. And I think that no matter how many times he stays alive, you're just happy that the old man doesn't go away.
I don't want him to die or anything, but you know, it loses its effect if you're doing it every freaking arc.
Yeah, I start to wonder if the author just wants to just kind of have him die at the end of every season, but then he changes his mind halfway through.
And also, what a lot of people don't realize is Makarov said a long time ago that Gildarts was the most powerful member of Fairy Tail. So what I often hear a lot is people say, I feel like Makarov should be more powerful. He lost kind of easily to Hades. I'm like, well, you do realize Makarov is a ridiculous old man.
Hades was old
he's
too.
Not spry anymore. He was already surpassed by Gildarts a while ago. And Gildarts, we still haven't seen everything that he can do. And that's pretty awesome.
I think I see a hand up over here.
I still see it. There it is. What's up?
God, that was hilarious.
The thing that just blew me away was Lucy's moment where she hears that the guild her dad went to's been attacked, and she just drops everything and goes and kicks butt.
Yeah. That was one of Lucy's crown jewels of the series too, because she's not often does she get a moment where she can just go and just kick butt and take names and blitz people with shotguns. That was pretty cool.
And it's kind of cool how they just add comedic relief to everything. Kind of like the little kick in that scene at the end, like Lucy kick, and they're all like, really? That's the big move?
Another one of my favorite scenes I remember from the manga. I keep remembering scenes because there's just a lot of them. Grimoire Heart, Fairy Law. When he did, was that fight? I remember when Makarov used Fairy Law on somebody. I just can't remember who.
That was
against
Grimoire Heart because he turned. Well, first of all, if you ever wonder how big Makarov can get when he turns into a giant, his feet were touching the bottom of whatever ocean that was. So take that for what you will. He towers above the whole island and he just says, "You have trespassed on Fairy Tale property. I am issuing you a warning. Fairy Law. Boom. 3 seconds to comply or you will die." They can make a song about that. I'm doing lyrics. No lyrics.
It's Friday. We're closed.
But Weekends Only is open on Friday.
We're not weekends only.
Fail.
Cons are weekend only.
But we aren't.
Though was it a epic, I did like Elfman's fight in the tournament. Oh, yes.
Of course, that one was awesome.
Elfman doesn't get to fight too often, but when he does, he reminds you that he is just a beast.
Even though they purposely wanted to put Erza in the fight and they got the mix up.
Every other character is the size of one of his arms.
Yeah.
What about his sister?
Wait, which sister?
Gira-chan, her second transformation. That was horrifying.
Wait.
The second Satan soul.
Wait, there's like I know of 3. The original, the one she used on the time clock, and the one she used against the Blue Pegasus girl. I can't remember.
That's the one he's referring to.
Oh yeah, that one was like you kind of walked into that one moment.
Oh man's like, holy crap, run away.
Yes, and anybody who reads Fairy Tale knows that Mishima is not against the idea of fan service. So
No.
you read that fight.
Well, let's see. There's a whole filler episode of model off between Mira and the one Pegasus girl, and then it just ends with Mira going to punch.
Forever good.
Great.
I've seen the OVAs.
Break down the door.
There's fan service, and then there's High School of the Dead. And that's all I'm going to say.
Another part of the fan service is Gray himself. Go get out.
Gray and Lucy switch bodies.
Oh gosh, that was so early.
That was by far the best filler episode of any anime I've ever seen. When
Gray's just the fan service for all the girls.
Every time he's like, "I can't take this. I need to strip."
And Lucy's like, "No!"
I think you're forgetting about the love potion episode.
Oh, that filler episode. I like the ending. How Gray's like, "Horizon, you're my." It's like Horizon, and Jimmy's like.
Personally, I like the one where Lucy thinks that she's in love with, that Natsu's in love with her.
Oh yeah, that one was
She
cute.
goes through all these crazy conspiracy theories, but in the end, Virgo he just wanted Virgo to dig a tunnel.
Dig a hole.
Very telling. There is.
There is.
All right, intrigued. Tell me, what is this?
I've never seen it.
What?
I wouldn't risk reading it.
Let's see. Fairy Tale and Disney crossovers. Gaston goes on a hunt for Stellar Spirit Keys to kill them.
Okay, that's just kind of funny considering what you cosplay as Gaston. I remember you from last year. I actually talked with both of you.
You think I cosplay as Gaston? Well, you might be in for a surprise later tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
This is Peggy.
What?
I'm really enjoying talking to you guys about this, though. Generally speaking, a lot of my panel crowds aren't as social as you guys are, so this is actually a lot of fun.
Because you give us a choice.
Well, I mean, in Fairy Tale, it's hard, too, because there's just so much to talk about. It's hard to narrow it down to just specific things. It's like that in my One Piece panel, too. I said, okay, does anyone have any favorite moments? Whole auditorium, all the hands just go up. Oh, good gracious. Okay, where do we get on this one?
Hi.
Scotty, say things.
Hi, I'm Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Natsu.
That's okay.
Yeah, you're not dressed as them.
We're all villains. Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm Wreck-It.
My good friends, if I still had some airheads in my pocket, I would give you all candy.
Instead, you gave me the trash.
Yep.
I have those.
Okay, Trash Monkey.
So there's this anime and manga called Fairy Tail. I think it's kind of cool. Have you ever seen it?
As a matter of fact,
Seen one episode.
Yes. I just happen to be holding these cards for no reason at all.
You have a cool thingy?
I have a cool thingy. My last other cool thingy was Gray's last fight because it was just so like just because he's another one. He has some moments, but he doesn't go like all out where he straight up just said, I don't even know what I'm making. He just ice cream unlimited. All those freaking just endless tunnel of weapons. It was
Or how about right before the fight when they tried to tell him that he, statistically speaking, shouldn't have been able to defeat that opponent, and he just said, he just Han Solo'd it. He's just like, I don't care about the odds. I'm doing this.
Well, fuck you. I'm gonna fight him anyways.
If you follow the anime, well, it is a spoiler, but I don't know. It's a spoiler that won't happen for you guys for like 3 years, I guess. So,
I should start reading.
I should start watching.
Actually, it's not really a spoiler because he says it within the anime. He ends up fighting the
Rufus?
member, Rufus of Sabretooth, the one with the little feather hat.
He actually steals it off him. I've seen so many pictures of Gray with the hat on. It's so crazy. It's like, and it took me a while to figure out what it was. It's like, oh, it's him with the hat. Oh wait, that's Rufus's hat.
I have to say, probably the best moment in all of Fairy Tail was handled amazing in the anime when they beat Arashi and Seus, and they're about to celebrate a party with the member of Wendy's tribes, and the members of Blue Pegasus start dancing and go washi 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 washi, and then everybody just looks at them like they're crazy and they're just
We'll never mind.
see, they're looking at us like we're crazy.
Are we all crazy?
I think we're both a little crazy.
I love the episode when Gray is introduced to Julia. Just how that fight ended.
With him grabbing her boob.
Right! No, I didn't mean that!
No, that was... I did like that fight a lot, actually. I think all the Elemental Four were ridiculous enough to love them, and I'm glad that they brought Juvia back as a reoccurring character.
She's so insane, it's funny.
She's pretty crazy, actually. She's a sweetheart around Gray, but he talks to another female, and she's just like, I'll scratch your eyes out.
She's all like...
She's always like that with
She's all that
Lucy!
yandere over there. But like, to a lesser extent.
She gets along
She's
well
fine
with
with
Aries.
Is the
She's pretty
card
down there.
Aquarius.
interesting?
I don't know. I don't see her murdering people.
Juvia and Aquarius get along just fine.
Yeah, that is really kind of scary. That is super
blue-haired
scary.
water girls that are crazy.
Well, let's see. One
Crazy
actually
about
has a
their
boyfriend.
I didn't hear that, sorry.
One has a boyfriend. Aquarius is dating Scorpio.
Yeah.
He's really awesome, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
Because that makes sense.
I like the one part in the series where they're in the Wizards tournament thing, and that one Celestial Wizard loses, and they
Yukino?
figure out, and Natsu just gets mad. He just comes in there like a boss.
Now let me ask, did you see that in the anime or in the manga?
I haven't started reading manga yet.
Okay, in the manga, that scene was one of the darker ones in Fairy Tail, actually, because when Yukino lost, Sabretooth had such a strict policy on victories and being winners that when she lost that bad to Kagura, he's like, you're going to lose your Sabretooth tattoo for this and everything that Sabretooth has ever given you. And she's like, I understand, Master, I understand. He goes, no, you don't. Take off all of the clothes that Sabretooth has given you, leave them here so that I can remove your tattoo. And in front of an entire guild of about roughly 100 people, I would say, were in the room, he made her take off everything right in front of all of them just to embarrass her. And you're just sitting there reading this like, that's so sad. She tried her hardest.
And that's why he died.
Yep. No, I think
They're the bad guys.
Characters don't really die in Fairy Tail. Simon was the exception to the rule, but
Godslayer.
that's right. Because
I feel
okay,
bad because
that
I
was
know
one of
all
two
their
deaths
names.
then. Yeah, generally, a Fairy Tail is a lot like One Piece. Characters just don't generally die. Then again, that's not even a rule anymore because I think Naruto and Bleach have done more fake outs than most shonens in existence.
Hey guys, they've been dead for a while. Hey guys, they're back. Hey, guess what? They died again. Hey, guess what? We're back already. Fake-o my death jutsu.
Yeah. Bring everybody back to life.
Kakashi's dead. Now he's alive. Now he's dead. And alive. Dead. Alive.
Dragon Balls.
Sarah killed that God Slayer dude.
Yep. That was,
so Zankou did die.
Yeah, Zancrow's dead.
Sadly.
However you want to say it.
Simon's dead.
What about-
Hades is presumably deceased, but my logic is
What
no
a,
body.
like
no
one
proof.
of I think only Melody and Ultir really escaped. Like
From
a lot of
More Heart.
because you don't really see the. I forgot the guy with the white. That's
Rusty Rose.
yeah.
Well, let's just put it
No,
this
no,
way.
no, not the really fat one.
Oh God.
Okay.
I know who Rusty Rose is.
The juggernaut of Fairy Tail. Wow, we are.
Who was obsessive over every girl he saw.
Well, let's look at it this way. The entire island was destroyed. Only the Fairy Tail members survived.
Oh,
and the only people who escaped were Hades and Rusty Rose. And
Ultir and Melody escaped on a boat.
They escaped with, on a boat, but we seen
Melody tries to kill herself. Ultir's like, no.
Ultir did an H-Day.
Wait, no, Ultir.
Yeah, you have it the other way around.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm getting confused. It happened a while ago.
It happens. You can all remember about 15 minutes ago with the Elfman and Mira Jane incident. That's what you're all going to go home and remember from the Fairy Tale Panel. Like, hey, what'd they do there? And it's like, well, not much. We kind of just talked about stuff, but apparently there's this high concentration of incest in Fairy Tale.
Lay down on the ground, try not to cry, cry a lot at night, repeat process 3 times. What on earth did you say? That's the subject. It's gonna get stuck in your head, then you're gonna cry. 45.
Sword.
I think it'll just stick to you.
Pretty much. Actually, I had a joke that I was going to do, but I opted for the X-Men one instead. I was going to say, well, guys, I just ate so much iron that this just happened to me.
The microphone sword.
That sword will protect your... Well, you guys know the joke if you know the internet. Alright, so we still got like 15 minutes left to chill out, so is there any other Fairy Tale stuff you guys have in mind, that, like those epic moments, epic characters, hilarious scenes that you just have to freak out about? I know the gentleman in the...
I got one.
Okay, let's do this one.
Right after Urza and Jill met and had their kissing scene, she walks on the beach and
Not
Happy's just
quite.
making a
They're
heart
almost
and
kissing
crosses
scene.
out, making a little joke. Urza kicks him into to the moon.
That was pretty great. I don't know. That scene...
Well,
hey.
Thank you for doing
random
that.
struggler.
I like the OVAs. I like that one where all the guys thought they were peeking at the girls and how they were peeking at Baccarat.
Oh, God. Gotchill's eyes just shut down.
Yes. What I really liked about that OVA was they took a special chapter from Fairy Tale and added a flip side of the story to it. Because in the manga, it was only the adventure going on in the hotel. Or not the hotel, but the girls' dormitory. There wasn't anything. The guys weren't doing anything that chapter. So adding that little swimming pool subplot to it, I thought that was hilarious. Not to mention, I don't know if you guys know this, but Fairy Tale is aired during the children's block in Japan, so sadly a lot of the scenes are ridiculously censored in the anime, which is why the anime has a high lack of blood. A lot of the fan service scenes are just less fan service.
I'm amazed they still got the gray on the boat scene for Tenro Island out there, because that was...
Yeah, that
was probably one of the more sketchy parts of the
I
anime.
think they pushed their boundaries a little bit as much as TV Tokyo will let them, because in the very beginning there was no blood. It was all this dirt, and they were slowly inching to more like red stains on people. I guess I don't know what those were supposed to be.
I think the most blood you've seen is probably when Gray fought Ultir.
Yeah, they got some blood in that fight, but
It was frozen, not
since it's mostly
splattered.
for children, I think they just try to avoid that. And a lot of animes face the same kind of censorship, so it's not terrible. The anime's still pretty good. Yeah.
Italians are going through that.
Not Gildar's fault.
Well, thought's kind of a strong word.
A Natsu that is non-existent, not gonna happen. It really shocked me because it was like.
Yeah, I think I think anybody fighting Gildart should experience fear personally. he's
well,
a
let's
pretty
see.
scary
One touch
guy.
and you're a bunch of mini Natsus.
That was fun.
That was probably one of the more funny parts of that fight.
Also, Rosie Rose is broke. Just saying.
Random thought, but I think one of the funniest parts of the anime was when they reintroduced the fake salamander in the filler episode, and he said that he was the reason he was enchanting people was to work at like.
Wait, that wasn't.
How did he explain that?
There was no filler episode of Bora coming back.
No, he did. It was the episode where they were all doing the theater and putting on a show together, and they kept messing up. In the anime, they brought back random characters that had no business being brought back, like Bora, the old man from the Demon Island with the really long sideburns, the giant chicken from the filler episode that Gray defeated, and. There was a fourth one that was.
I thought you were talking about the first episode.
There's
the
two giant chickens. I was get confused with the one Gagio fought. And then I remembered it's the really cartoony chicken.
Yeah, and then the old man who's on the council that's friends with Makarov. They brought all four of them back to come on the show.
The one with the chef?
He's actually back in the newer arc.
He's always reoccurring, but in specifically that episode, they brought back those four characters just
And the Justin guy keeps popping up every now and then.
In this episode, they had...
Jason.
Yes.
I meant the character. I didn't know that was your name.
But I thought it was pretty great because in that episode, Bora basically described that the whole reason he was enchanting people was to like make them work at his casino or something. It was something completely goofy. And she's like, wait, so the whole reason you'd use your spells on women and trick them into being your slaves was just to make them work at wherever it was they were working at? And he goes, yeah, what did you think I was doing with them? She's like, nothing. Sure. And I'm just like, okay. Sure.
Lucy, your head's in the gutter.
That's just a bonus.
Surprised no one's mentioned that Coke bottle in that manga chapter.
The best special episode of Fairy Tail, or special chapter of
Coke
Fairy Tail ever.
advertisement.
Type in, just Google search, Fairy Tail Coca-Cola, and look for a manga website that has it uploaded. There was a special chapter of Fairy Tail that the Coke company paid Hiro Mishima to write, where Natsu read Lucy's book, and she got really upset because the book was supposed to be private, and Natsu starts to cry, Happy starts to cry, Lucy starts to cry, and then Greg comes down with a bottle of Coca-Cola and hands it to him and said, even though we have our hard times, we're all still friends, and we can celebrate together. And he pushes the bottle of Coca-Cola at him, and they all smile, laugh, drink Coca-Cola, and at the end it says, enjoy Coca-Cola. We're not making this up. It's too goofy
Wow.
to describe in detail. I'm telling you, go on Google, and just, if you don't know what that is, it's this internet website. You should try it out sometime. And you just Google search Fairy Tail Coca-Cola. It'll be one of the first few results, and it's completely ridiculous.
Just make sure you're not like me and Google search Google.
Really?
I accidentally did that.
I can utilize Bing.
You can leave?
Maybe ask.com.
Bing.
Use Apple Maps.
Yeah, just ask us to go down the road, and I think he'll just end up in Canada.
But we're kind of wrapping up here now, so if anybody has any last thing they want to say?
Fairy Tail's awesome! Woo!
Yeah, Fairy Tail's amazing. That's right. You know what this means. You're in Fairy Tail.
You don't know it, do you? Because you've only watched one episode, actually. Like,
yes.
You don't have that door. Yeah, I think the next group of people are getting ready to come in, so I'm going to be nice and I'm going to let them have a preemptive strike. But I'm glad you all found us. Thank you all so much for coming, and hopefully next year we'll be back in the convention center with a little bit of a bigger room again. So take it easy, everybody.
I was planning on
keep
like
rocking
getting a
out for Fairy
video,
Tail.
like
coming
getting
in.
everybody.
And now, as everyone leaves, I will sing you a song.
Do that, hey,
And now it's time for So Long, but we'll sing just one more song. Thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart, you know it's me and you, and my buddy Magneto too. Anything that you wanna do.
Okay. Snap. Snap. Where's everybody? Where's everybody?
Yeah, usually we
Where'd they go?
jail together, but
I lost them.
Where
did this go?
next year because I'm mad because I have
Thanks for ending.
But now we look for stories.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Morgan?
Oh.
Where shall we go?
Well, I've got it as a video.
Well, I want a picture on my camera.
Where shall we go?
Okay.
Do you think I know? Outside or something?
Oh, sweet.
Sure, let's go outside.
I'm sorry. I'm getting everybody. Hello.
Well, she's my friend. She's gonna be
That's what I'm looking.
Jack.
Good.
Nice catch. I did not expect you to catch that. Here, it's on there. Here, throw the stuff down there.
I'm about to die.
Square.
Okay, how do we want to pose?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was also thinking about you tagging me. I'll just hold it up because you know Loki's always trying to pick you up.
Yeah, it is great.
I had this one, but it broke. It's off my backpack.
Wait, you had a what?
I had the Lucy and I had the fairy tale on my backpack.
Oh.
Okay, how do we want to do this? You want to just do all three of us first and we'll fix it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to move.
No idea what they're doing. Alright.
Loki
loves little kitty.
Well, let's see. Loki is a big kitty.
Meow.
And Crush is meowing.
Okay, how do we want to do this then?
I don't know. I
have a
fake bottle, Liz. I can lay.
I'm more than willing because it's been done to me before. If you really want to try.
Here, I'll just
I don't know how you want to do this, so I'm just going to stand. Morgan, give me your
No idea what's going on.
Are you going to be on that camera as well? Oh,
I got you on video, Liz. So, I got this whole thing on video.